Welcome back to Proud Masculine. I'm Joe, and we can jump right into today's topic. And this is a little Valentine's Day release about contacting your ex on Valentine's Day. And this is two separate clients I've had that asked me, is it okay to reach out during Valentine's Day in a period of no contact because of reason XYZ, hoping to trigger some nostalgia or projecting that they may be thinking the same thing, missing them, kind of being in the warm and fuzzies about them and hoping to reestablish some kind of connection or trigger a reconnection. And short answer, absolutely not. Why would anyone want to entertain or reach out and show interest in someone who's already proven to them by their actions that they don't want them in their lives? It's a moot point. There's no benefit there. There's nothing to be gained. Even if the person, the dumper you're reaching out to, does happen to respond favorably, it's more than likely a temporary response because for that day on Valentine's Day, they may be feeling lonely, missing you, a little nostalgic, and that's temporary. The fact is, at the end of the day, if they wanted to be with you, if they wanted you in their lives, and they valued you and valued having you in their life, you would be talking. You would be together. There wouldn't be a question if you got a question if you should make yourself available to someone who has not put in any effort whatsoever to show interest and reciprocate interest. The answer is no. It's a no. And so reaching out at any point in no contact, it does not serve either party. And this is if your goal is to get your ex back. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve them. It doesn't serve the situation. It sets everything back. The purpose of no contact, as I've said before in previous videos, is for you to reinvent yourself, to work on things that need to be worked on from the inside out, mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, and shore up these things. And on the other side, it's to give these people time to see what life is like without you. Let them reevaluate their decision. And if if you keep making your presence known, if you keep interrupting the process, they never have the time and space to really see what it's like to be without you. Because if they know in the back of their mind, every so often, you're going to reach out, you're going to call, you're going to text, you're going to do some kind of subtle reach out some kind of way, send something, send a card, pop up, something like that, which do not ever pop up at the house. But you know what I'm getting at. Any attempt to reach out whatsoever, it just reassures them like they're not going anywhere. They have no opportunity to really experience life without you, to see what it's like to not have you around, for the negatives to subside, for these positive experiences, emotions, and memories to come back to surface. Really rethink what it was living without you and begin to miss you a little bit. Begin to get to experience the nostalgia, to experience a little bit of the anxiety, not hearing from you and what that's like. And they start to experience the anxiety of maybe this person isn't coming back. Maybe they're not coming back. Maybe they're done. I haven't heard from them in a while. And so what you have to allow through this process is, it's a term called the faded effect bias, which is just basically, in short, is positive comes back to the surface, and that takes time. That takes a time. That's a process. And but they have to have the experience without you. If you're constantly in their ear or every so often they expecting, all you're doing is offering security, comfort. Plus, on top of that, you're displaying low value, no self-respect. You're putting yourself in an inferior position, a position of lower value to them. Because in their mind, and this is, happens subconsciously, in their mind, they're making no attempt whatsoever to contact you, to be with you, ask how your day is going, how's life, there's nothing. There's nothing going on. This person gives no shits about how well or not well you're doing. Yet, you keep chasing them. You keep trying to make yourself part of their life. That's a display of low value. That translates, what that looks like from another person's perspective is, you don't respect yourself. You have no value. You have no worth, no self-worth. And that's not attractive. And the purpose of no contact in terms of getting your ex back is for you to rebuild your value, your self-worth, work on these things that limited you in life and in this relationship in particular, and give them time to see that and to better appreciate your value, and think about the times of all the qualities and valuable attributes and traits that you do have. But through the no contact, through the silence and withdrawing your attention and time and energy, that's a display of strength, of higher value. It's a display of higher self-worth and self-respect. That's what I don't care what day it is, you're not to reach out to these people. When you've been dumped, with the words maybe, oh, I wish you the best, what the action says is, I no longer want you in my life. You are not valuable to me anymore. Give it to them. Okay. Withdraw your attention. Do not reach out. And I'll make the other circumstances when you do. Is it business? Transfer get your belongings. You got children, something like that, and you have to do it. But it's kept on that level. Never is it to be approached, mentioned, anything about the relationship, reconnecting, or why did you do this, or anything to do with getting back into the relationship. And then the exception, the death of a family member, a loved one that you knew through this relationship, and you can offer condolences. That's it. No ulterior motives. And that's it. You move on. It's Valentine's Day is just another day. And what it looks even worse is if you're out there, they've dumped you, and you're thinking about them and trying to give them attention to see how they do it. Like it's not a good look. It's not a good fit. It doesn't serve you at all, because at the end of the day, you're going to feel more rejected all over again. You go through that same cycle of low self-worth, low self-esteem. You had an expectation on an outcome. You attached to something favorable, maybe triggering some nostalgia and a reconnection and all this. It didn't happen. Now you feel like shit again. They're back on a reset. They're like, okay, this person's still thinking about me on Valentine's Day. Don't do it. The answer's no. And look, if you need my help going through this process, this breakup recovery, proudmasculine.com, pricing, book a call. And like, share, comment, subscribe. And I also put a donation link up. So if you find the information in these videos useful and helpful, donate. Help the channel. Help support the channel. It only allows me more time to put into these videos and more time to, be able to give this valuable information. So, and look, you doing this over time is going to not only display high value and strength to them and respect. it's going to work out for you in the long run in terms of healing and reinventing yourself. You're going to remember these times when you had to show tremendous restraint and fight against the nostalgia, the good memories, the anxiety, the rationalizing, that little devil on your shoulder saying it's a good idea to reach out and make contact and trigger a connection. And, oh, they're probably waiting on you, which, it could be that they don't want to say anything for fear of rejection, but that's neither here nor there at this point. They made a decision. It's their job to make the attempt to reconnect. But then, knowing you had the fortitude and the strength and self-respect to restrain yourself from sending that text or making that attempt is going to pay dividends in the long run. It's these little victories along the way with the other work we're going to do that accumulates into the reinvention. You work that emotional muscle, the mental muscle. You exercise self-control. And over time, that's the foundation of reinstilling in yourself, rebuilding your self-esteem, confidence, respect, value, worth. And this time it's coming from a place inside. It's an internal. It's not an external source of validation and approval. You did it. And you're going to look back on these times, and every time you cave, because I've done it, I have clients who've done it, every time you look back in the recent and the near future, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to be a little disappointed. And then as time goes and you look back on these times where you showed the restraint, you exercised some discipline and strength and didn't give in to the temptation or the rationalization or that little devil telling you, yeah, tell him, call him, text. Nah, just see how they're doing. Maybe put a feel. Every time you restrain from doing that, it adds up it accumulates over time. And a little further out into the future, it goes into the positive category for you in terms of self-worth, self-respect, and value. So, no, do not reach out. There's no excuse, there's no reason. If this person wanted you on Valentine's Day, you would be together. It would be known. There would be no question and no doubt. Stay strong. Stay focused. Remember why you're here. Remember the position you're in, why you're in it, and what you're doing, where you're going, and why you're doing it. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one.